Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of That's a Wrap. We have a very exciting episode. I'm excited for it, at least, with a lot of stuff to talk about, actually. So, to start off, I'm Austin Jameson. I will be the researcher for today, and joining me is...
Anthony Gentry, hello.
Yeah, so we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the sequel to the first one, I guess indicated by the 2. Don't know why I said that. But, yeah, before we get to that...
I mean, we started with Star Wars 4. So,
fair enough. Yeah. Well, we have a couple trailers and a couple movies that I've not seen, but
yes.
Anthony has to talk about. You want to start with the trailers or your little
let's do the
episodes?
Trailers, then movies.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. What do we want to start with? Let's start with senior year.
Yeah,
I think that's
one.
a strong one to start with. So there's a new Netflix original movie coming out, starring Rebel Wilson, called Senior Year, where she. This is in the trailer, so. Also, well, I'm going to leave my impressions for the end. But by the way, my tone, I'm sure you can guess how my impressions already.
Have you seen the Melissa McCarthy classic, Life of the Party?
No, I've not seen most Melissa McCarthy classics.
So this movie reminds me of that. I hated that movie.
What do you mean? Don't you love that she's in like an American high school and she's the only British one?
She's Australian. Excuse me.
I'm literally.
But there was a British
Australia
pillow.
is just like
in her bedroom. There's a British pillow.
Yeah.
So I think they don't even know where she's from.
That's probably true.
And her parents, like, I don't know, maybe she was adopted.
Maybe she got adopted while she was in a coma for 20 years. But yeah, that's the premise. She was like a cheer captain in her high school, and then. What was the accident? Was it a cheer thing?
I think it was a cheerleading accident.
And she went into a coma and she woke up and then
she never got to be prom queen.
Oh my goodness. So let's put an adult in this high school and make as many jokes as we can about it. Because this plot has never been done before. Especially by Melissa McCarthy, so to speak.
Well, I mean, she went to college. That's
very different.
And she wasn't in a coma. She just went back.
That's just Billy Madison then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a Netflix original, so depending on your stance on Netflix, I guess, or depending on whose password you have, you won't have to pay for it, which is something. I don't know. I think it's the niche audience that it's going for, they'll probably like it.
Yeah, I thought the trailer was fine.
Yeah.
But one of my biggest things with it is so many movies that is about, like, people going back to school or interacting with the younger generations.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cynical about them because, like, in this trailer they're like, okay, who's the popular kids? And they're like, oh no, we accept everyone as they are, no one's popular, like, it's all of us. And she's like, no, that's so stupid, I have to, like, rebel against the norms now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, who's the cheer captain? We're all the cheer captain, like, we're a team.
Right.
Oh, that's so stupid. And that's supposed to be the joke, like, oh, these, like, sensitive younger people don't get it. And
exactly.
Like, it's what? Like,
you can tell who wrote the movie, and I don't know. It's not gonna be for me, and I won't be watching it. I will not be.
Let's review it.
No.
Let's do this instead of Doctor Strange.
When is it coming out? Is it Adam Project where it's just like bam, now you're out? May 15th?
13th.
That's kind of close.
That's a month away.
I don't like that. I've been working really hard on the Harry Potter movies. That's
you
a lie.
have?
No.
Oh. I was going to be surprised for a moment.
I'm not going to watch the Harry Potter movies. I'm going to watch Fantastic Beasts at least. I don't have time for Harry Potter.
You don't. No, you honestly don't.
So, because it comes out tomorrow, I believe is the first screenings of it technically. So I'm going to try and watch the two Fantastic Beasts before it, and then I'll watch the new one, so I can at least have like a little bit idea what's going on.
I hear that the main female lead is not in this movie, which I do not understand.
Like they just got rid of her unusually?
Like J.K. Rowling wrote her out.
Oh.
Like, I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, we will. I definitely know what you're talking about as well. I'm very versed in Harry Potter verse. Anyways, next trailer. What do we got?
Let's do the Northman.
Let's do Northman.
Yeah.
I agree. Northman is the what's his name?
Robert Eggers.
I was gonna say that, but it felt wrong. It wasn't. So that's him. That's his movie. It's Northman. It is very interesting.
It looks really cool. Yeah.
It looks how do I do it? Like it looks really realistic.
It kind of reminds me of last year's The Green Knight.
That's what I was gonna say.
But with a more grounded approach.
Mm-hmm.
And but it still looks like fantastical and like really, kind of like. I can't find the word right now.
It's hard to like nail down, but it feels like just super like. This is hard to talk about.
It is.
I really like it, but I can't find the words.
It's basically just a revenge movie, but it looks like I said, like a really grounded revenge movie, and it looks visceral, and it looks like it's going for a hard R. And it looks interesting. It comes out April 22nd.
Yeah, very, very soon. We won't be reviewing it, unfortunately.
No, we are doing The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this movie.
I mean,
it's going to be very good.
We could do a double review. Who knows?
We could. Honestly, I might see Northman.
Yeah, I think
it seems
will too.
Like Green Knight, I didn't see because, like, one, I didn't hear anything about it, and two, afterwards, I didn't hear anything about it.
I thought it was good, but
I heard a lot of people were like, "It's really confusing and like
confusing.
hard to follow, but also not it's like a weird, it's like a paradox movie."
I recently read the short story for it for a class, and it made the movie make a lot more sense.
Cool. Yeah. So it's probably going to be in that vibe, and I hope.
Oh yeah.
If not, like even more grounded, more realistic, which I like the grittiness of it. I think that's
I do
one
too.
Of the words
yes, the gritty. That's what I was going for too.
It just looks like all the emotions. Like there's no dialogue in this trailer.
No, just one line at the end.
Yeah, and it's really strong. So I think this has some very, very good potential for like just being a great movie. So. Yeah. We might talk about that next week. I don't know if it'll be an official double episode, but if we both
2 weeks from now.
Yes. If we both like it enough, then we might consider doing that.
Last
third trailer finally, is Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1.
Coming out May 27th.
Was this a trailer for just Volume 1, or was it Volume 1 and 2 just kind of combined?
It says just trailer, but I'm guessing it's just for Volume 1.
I would guess so as well. Anyways, it's been a while.
Yes.
I forgot everything about Stranger Things in the time
it's been,
since.
What, 3 years since the last season?
It's been too long.
I'm going to have to, if not rewatch the season 3, entire show.
I'm going to find like a nice 30-minute YouTube video, and it's like, listen, we all know why you're here.
But they always leave out stuff, and then that becomes like the most important plot point.
Well,
so you have to watch the seasons.
I can't watch it all again. I don't have that in me.
Just skip that one episode.
I can't watch Harry
in
Potter.
2.
I don't have the capacity to watch that much Stranger Things. It is very good, and I'll be refreshing my mind with a YouTube video most likely. But still, trailer looks pretty neat.
I liked it. I thought it looked good.
I really want to know what that guitar solo is all about.
That was probably my least favorite part of the trailer.
Yeah,
just because.
Really. I think that's the
hoping-
most Stranger Things thing there was in there.
Yeah, I just hope they don't go too cheesy, because like, of course, this show is cheesy. Yeah, but like that entire like 3-minute sequence in season 3 with the Never-Ending Story song.
I love that part. That's so good.
It was good.
What do you mean?
But like,
I hate that opinion. I love that part. Oh
like
my goodness!
It kind of detracted, you know.
I so disagree. I thought that was great. Wasn't that was that Dustin?
It was Dustin.
Dustin's
and his girlfriend.
Yeah, because like seeing that
funny.
she's real, and then them saying,
I'll tell you, it's funny, but it's like,
but that's the secret ingredient, I would argue, for Stranger Things, because it can be a cool, wacky sci-fi with kids who like monsters, etc. But I think that element and all the Steve Harrington bits, and now how he's like, they're really just embracing that he's the father of these children.
I do like that, but I guess what I'm just trying to say is I don't want it to detract from a very heavy moment.
Fair enough.
Because I thought, like, in season 3, at that moment, it was, I completely forget what, but I know they were in danger. I think something was
They were in their, like,
them.
Russian base,
yeah,
and they were trying to communicate.
Yeah, they needed the code fast.
Yeah.
And it was, like, very tense, and then they just stopped everything to give you a 3-minute music video for the Never-Ending Story.
I remember that, because it was, like, some mathematician's, like, number that only his girlfriend knew, and she was like, well, you gotta sing me a song. I don't know. I still thought it was really fun.
Oh yeah, I thought it was fun, but like it went on for so long. I'm like, guys, aren't you supposed to be dead by now? Like if you need the code. So that's just my word.
Fair enough. I understand that.
I'm so excited to see this like kind of villain character come up too, because the first season was like alien kind of. There's one monster. Right. We have no idea what it is, and it's attacking everyone, and it's terrifying.
Yes.
And at this point now, with all these monsters, it makes it look like the Demogorgon from season 1 look like child's play.
Right.
And it's just upping the stakes, and I love that. It seems like a natural progression from that to that that one like monster, I forget what they call it. It was like the Swarm or something.
I'm not sure. I don't it's empty up here.
It's been a while.
No, I agree. I think what I said to you whenever you showed it to me for this first time was the sequel to Monster House looks great because it seems like there's a very big grandfather clock theme going on, which I look forward to seeing out.
Yeah.
Watch them introduce time travel.
Oh man.
Like I don't think they would. Yeah. That sounds ridiculous. If they do that, that's a step too far.
I also love how the Demogorgon, which was a big threat in season 1, is now just like kind of this attack dog for that prison.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you're a small threat now, just compared to this. Just going off what I said earlier.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's something on the like tip of my tongue that I can't think of in this sort of progression where like they introduce like the main bad in the first film, and then eventually by so many films later, like it's such a bigger experience now, and I can't think of what I'm trying to compare it to.
Harry Potter?
No. I'll think of it later, like a couple hours later, and then I'll just come back in the studio and add it back on. But yeah, Stranger Things, it looks good. I'm very excited to watch it. It's weird that they're doing the 2 volumes and splitting it up by 2 months. I think it's just to get people talking about it for longer amounts of time. They could. I don't know why Netflix doesn't start doing the weekly releases like most other streaming people.
If you time it out, if you like watch it weekly, you would, right as you watch the last episode of Volume 1, the very next week is Volume 2.
Right. So I don't know, but like the nature of Netflix has always been everybody stream or like binging it, and then I feel like that's where a lot of that culture has come from. Even
I have a question.
Oh yes.
Do you think that last shot in the trailer with that villain guy? Do you think that's the last shot of Volume 1? And then we have to wait a few like 5 weeks, and then we see the rest of him.
That's very possible. I think
that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Dang. That does seem very possible because I imagine the pacing has to be something like that.
It has to, yeah.
Where they're not gonna sit. I'm gonna put this down. There's a Transformer toy in the studio that somebody left here. Anyways, I don't know. I hope not because that would be. I mean, I wouldn't be that pained because we have a release date for the second part. But if they pulled like a season 3 thing again and then waited years to even give us a release date, let alone a trailer, then like that would suck.
It would, yeah.
With a light being at the end of the tunnel, watch that be the end shot of Volume 2.
Yeah.
And we don't even get the villain. They've just been... That would be terrible. Yeah. That'd be a giant fluke.
Yeah.
But...
one last thing.
Yes.
I love how in the trailer... They're showing you like a lot of things are going on, and like there's a lot of action, like things are happening, and I love that as compared to like seasons 1 and 2 because it was build up and it was good, but in both those seasons it was build up, and then the last episode, the gang just huddled around in a circle in Will Byers' house doing a revolving shot of them holding like a bat or a gun. And they did that twice, and I'm just so happy they're going away from it. Yeah, because once is fine, but then
we'll never get the main villain in the middle with all the things. Stranger Things. I think it's gonna be like pretty on par with the rest of the series.
I love this show. I can't wait.
So yeah, that's. I think the first volume's like May.
May 27th.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. No, really? May. Wait, no.
The day Obi-Wan Kenobi premieres.
Oh. Well, my priorities will be elsewhere. That's all of our trailers?
That's it.
And then we have 2 movies that Anthony wants to talk about real quick.
3 movies came out this weekend.
Yes.
I saw all 3 of them.
Yes.
For me, this episode is a lesson on restraint.
Okay.
Because
interesting.
Let me go into Ambulance first.
Okay. I have no idea what you think about Sonic as well, because I've not gotten
we haven't talked at all about
anything.
Sonic.
I'm very interested.
Yeah, I purposefully have not said anything.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that conversation. But Ambulance.
This is the new movie by Michael Bay. It is about 2 brothers in a bank heist gone wrong, and they hijack an ambulance.
Right.
And they spend 2 hours just driving around the city.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I was engaged. It's not a good movie. Like, it's a dumb movie.
Yeah.
But I was engaged. There's also the ambulance EMT is played by, here, let me see. Well, she is Isa Gonzalez. She's apparently like the best EMT there is, but no one likes to work with her because she's mean.
Okay, sure.
And they also have a cop hostage, and she's like, I need to save his life. We need to like keep getting supplies so I can save his life. And
that's about on par with what I'd expect from this film.
There is so little character development in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you spent the first 10 minutes just like not even setting it up. It's like, okay, here's this character. Bye. Here's this character. Bye. Okay, the action's starting. Like, you get the 2 brothers. It's like, hey, you're my brother. Yeah, you're my brother.
Nice.
And it's like, why'd you leave me to go to war? And then the main brother, who's like the protagonist, there's a shot of like him and the sun is like beaming behind him, and it's like patriotic music starts playing. It's like, because I wanted to serve my country and do right by it. And
that's awesome.
It was just there for no reason, and then they just cut back and
amazing.
And then also the brothers are played by Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II.
Nice.
And Jake Gyllenhaal, he's like, hey, we're going to do this bank heist. You want to come? And it was just randomly. Like, Jake Gyllenhaal did not know his brother was going to be there. And the brother, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, his name is Will in this movie. Will's like, what? No. And Jake Gyllenhaal is like, no, I need you, man. I need you. We can't do this without you. But he didn't even know Will was going to be there. And they just go, and then the movie happens. It's so dumb.
That's fun.
But it's also so over the top. And they keep, like, one-upping themselves every time.
Cool.
And, yeah, it was way too long, though.
Yeah.
2 hours and, I think, 16 minutes.
Really?
It could have been cut down easily by, like, 20 minutes.
My biggest complaint with that movie, without seeing it, is that the trailer felt like I saw the entire thing.
You didn't.
Like, because I'm pretty sure one of the scenes in the trailer is the ambulance, like, crashing or stopping or something. Which I feel like for a movie called Ambulance, you don't really want to show the end of your ambulance chase in the trailer. Maybe I'm misremembering something.
It crashed a few times.
Okay, well,
So,
fair enough.
There's a lot in this movie.
I'm curious how they keep that going for 2 hours and 60 minutes.
There's like one specific point where I thought, come on, okay, just wrap this up. You weren't your welcome. But then they amped it back up again. I was like, okay, I'm back in.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So what would you give it, like a 95?
Yeah, I'd give it a 95. Maybe a 5, maybe a 6, around there.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's Ambulance. Another movie.
Yes.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah, the trailer for this one looks awesome.
This movie, just so you know, this movie is directed by Daniels. Who also directed Swiss Army Man.
Daniels?
Yes. 2 men named Daniel, and they go by Daniels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that movie is one of the most wild, weird, and most original movies I have ever seen.
Ooh.
This movie is one of the most wild, weird, and most original movies I have ever seen.
It's another A24 film.
Yeah. This movie is so good.
Yeah.
It
looks pretty good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It's basically, I don't want to say too much, but it's this woman who doesn't really enjoy her life.
Mm-hmm.
She's not the best mom. She's not the best wife. She's not the best business owner. And then something happens, and she becomes involved with the multiverse. and she has
Cool,
to travel
right.
through the multiverse to like access other versions of herself to save the entire multiverse.
Sick.
And it is so wild. They go to so many places.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reference to a Pixar movie.
Cool. I want to watch this now. Don't spoil
That keeps
anything.
going. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. And it's so good,
It's a
and I
long
love.
movie.
Oh yeah, this is the lesson on restraint.
Yeah.
It's so wild, and so it's like it's fresh.
Mhm.
It's something new, and I love that aspect. I love the message that they give at the end too. It's all building towards that, and I just thought it was so good.
Cool.
The main things holding it back from me is, like you said, the length. Because I think you could trim this down by half an hour also. Maybe 20 minutes, 15 even. There's just some moments where it just felt like they were repeating what they already established.
Yeah.
And so I thought you could cut that out and the movie would still be the same.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Maybe they were just trying to really establish what they were trying to do, which it did help because at first I was confused. Then after a while I understood.
Right.
I also think it kind of gets in its own head a lot. That like it knows is this wild and creative thing, and it kind of like beats you over the head with it sometimes.
Interesting.
But other than that, I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of the best movies of the year.
Sweet.
I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
What do you think the tomato meter of it is?
I know it was at 100 for a while, so like 98.
Okay. Audience?
I'm gonna go a little lower. I'm gonna go 86.
Okay. Tomato meter? 96.
Ooh.
Audience score? 94.
Oh.
This was solid.
That's nice.
That is really nice.
Yeah, you should go see it.
I really think I will. Apparently, the Google has the release date as March 11th.
It started
which I imagine
small
is,
and then it went wide.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the movies. That's the trailers for the beginning of our show. Let's go ahead and get into the main course.
Heck yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Again, the sequel to the first one. So how do you want me to give my first impressions?
Should we say what it's about?
Sure. It's about a little blue hedgehog.
Yeah.
He runs very, very fast.
He's gotta go fast.
In the first one, he is he meets the Donut Lord James Marsden, who is just a cop in a little town in little Green Hills. And they fight off Dr. Robotnik in the first one.
Who's played excellently
by Jim Carrey. Yeah, what a guy.
I love Jim Carrey.
He puts his all into everything.
This is his last movie.
I can't believe that.
I know. Was that one of your facts? Did I ruin it?
No. We're going to get there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just it's based on the video games. It's I would say really like honoring the video games. It's very
the first one was like a road trip movie.
Yeah, I agree. The first one was farther from the games, I'd say. It was definitely getting its like foothold on the franchise.
It was like, how do we make Sonic into a movie?
Yeah, and obviously you started with the controversy of how he looked like an ugly mouse rat.
I kind of want to see that movie.
I don't.
Just to see how
we still haven't gotten the
butthole
look. Cut of cats.
Forgot about that.
So that's kind of tragic. But now we're in the second one. The first one did so well that we got a second, and I think it was great.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. I thought like it's just as cheesy as the first one at certain points where you're just like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
But the parts that are good are really, really good.
Yeah, I agree.
And all like my expectations lived up to each beat of this movie.
Yeah.
It's such a like Sonic films or like video game films. I mean, are notorious for just sucking, misrepresenting the character, misrepresenting the story, and taking the fans' like love for that franchise and absolutely shoving it into a brick wall over and over and over again. With this movie, I think they did a really, really good job of honoring the video games and creating like just a really good world for Sonic to be established in, which I think is a big undertaking whenever you like are trying to make a live action Sonic, not even just like a weird animated movie like Mario's gonna be. I think.
Yeah,
it better be. Imagine Chris Pratt with a Mario head on. But yeah, that's what
like
I think
low
of
budget,
it.
just like a red
That'd be
hat,
hilarious.
like painted M.
I want to see like some rich person make a movie with the like high end actors, but it's like a camcorder.
Yeah.
It's like really bad sound.
Hey,
I wanna
it's
see it all. That'd be you get Lin-Manuel Miranda to make music for it. But yeah, we got Sonic.
Anyway,
I really liked it. That's my impression. So Anthony, what are you thinking? What do you like it?
I had a good time with this movie.
Cool.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. If the first movie was a road trip movie, this is more of a superhero movie.
Fair enough. I agree with that.
Because they're like traveling the world, going on this kind of scavenger hunt for a thing. Don't really want to say.
I mean, it's oh wait, in the first one?
In the second one. In this one.
It's in the trailers.
Okay, the Chaos.
It's Master Emerald.
But it's made up of the Chaos Emerald.
Well, yeah, that's a spoiler unless you played the games. It's not.
Oh.
It's just
Okay.
it doesn't
I was
matter.
like, what is it? Yeah, we get like new characters with new powers, like Tails and Knuckles.
Yes. So
yeah,
good.
I had a good time with this movie. The wedding.
The wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could have been cut out.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I agree. This movie had its weak points. I will say.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like I said, this episode is a lesson on restraint.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is 2 hours long.
I think that's fine. You can have it. What is an hour and a half? You want to
it should
Clifford
be-
out of this?
The first one was an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And that
This
entire
one had
wedding,
more story to tell.
but like the entire wedding arc was an hour and a half. Or not.
Wow.
It was half an hour.
Uh huh.
And that you could have cut that because they only do that because this is a movie about Sonic and Tails, and not Sonic and Tom, and so they needed Tom to get out of there, and so they're like, oh, he's going to a wedding,
Right.
but you could have just said him and his wife are going on a vacation somewhere.
Well, wasn't one of your problems like in the trailer that you thought Tom wasn't going to be in it as much?
Oh, it was.
That was a worry of yours. How
Well,
did that live up?
Well, they could have done, okay, in that aspect,
Yeah.
I missed him.
Yeah.
You know, I missed him, but I thought it was fine without him.
Mhm.
Well,
Well,
I
thought
really
his
think he
presence
was kind of the anchor of the first one, like
For sure.
because Sonic is a cartoon, and he is a real life character, and so he grounds it a lot.
Right.
And I did miss his presence, but it didn't detract from the movie for me.
I agree. I think Tom, like, he played his role so far, and he's like his presence in the second movie is still like
It's substantial.
It's still significant to the story. Where I don't think you could completely get rid of it, and you wouldn't mess with Sonic's character.
Yeah.
But I think it was a healthy amount because like people, I don't think anybody wanted to see another like Tom and Sonic adventure. Like
I did.
I'm sure the Donut Lord himself did as well, but I think for the direction that they needed to move, if we saw another down to earth Sonic fighting Robotnik or Sonic fighting somebody on Earth,
Yeah.
or it's on Earth, that's not. I'm saying that like it's a. Anyways, don't read into that. But I mean, like
I know
just
what you
a
mean.
little like
Yeah.
a little neighborhood battle.
Mhm.
This ramps up the stakes substantially.
It does, yeah.
And I think it really it gets a lot from that.
Yeah. A lot of movies think that sequels should be like bigger equals better,
Mhm.
and that is almost never the case. But in this, it works
Mm-hmm.
because they go a lot bigger and they expand the movie a lot, and I think
Yes.
that works. Like I said with like Stranger Things, it seems like the natural progression.
Right. In the end of the first one, we get our end credit scene is Tails and
Yeah.
introducing Tails to the world, which is first of all just fun and
Mhm.
awesome. It's amazing that like they got the original voice actor for Tails, who
is,
did an
yeah.
amazing job throughout the entire thing. But it's like I pictured the second movie being a Tails and Sonic adventure, but we got Robotnik back. You got Knuckles. Like you got the like whole Sonic Adventures
We're
trio.
gonna talk about Knuckles.
We will talk about Knuckles, and there's so many just good elements of like that they brought in from the Sonic lore like textbook that I think they did like really well with mixing the elements without going too far, and they still have so much more. Oh my goodness, I we have to do a spoiler section at the end. I have so much to talk about. Like my notes section on my phone that I like do during the movie is full of so much stuff. But I digress for now. What do you got? Is there anything? Do you want me to transition to another one of my notes? I can do that.
You can. The main thing I want to talk about is Knuckles. Honestly, just because I love his character in this. Idris Elba plays
I was scared
him.
You didn't like him.
No, he was the best part for me. Yeah? He was basically like Drax from the first Guardians movie.
That's fair.
Because in that one, Drax just takes things so literally, but he's not dumb. In those later ones, he made him dumb.
Maybe.
But in this one, Knuckles is smart, but he takes things so literally. Like, there's a scene where he's reading off text.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just waiting for the text to come back. And when you see someone typing, you see the 3 dots. And he just keeps saying dot, dot, dot. And it made me laugh so hard.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. Like, they had a good, like, balance of comedy on each character. And, like, especially with Knuckles' character, I like the direction they had. And I don't, oh my goodness. I wish I didn't have the shackles of spoilers right now, because I want to talk about so much. I just want to, like, this movie made me happy. I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first one so much. This one lived up to my expectations, like, extremely. And, like, more spoilers. I just want to talk. Yeah. I just want to, like, let them all out. I will not do that until we notate it. But
even, like, the secondary and, like, tertiary characters were really good in this. Mm-hmm. Like, I forget her name, but the wife's sister and her fiance, which their subplot is so ridiculous.
Yes.
And I did say it should be cut out. But I liked it. I thought it was silly and it, like, fit the vibe. It was fun. Robotnik's henchman, Agent Stone.
Yes.
I liked him. His like obsession with Robotnik.
Yeah, him drawing I guess we shouldn't say it, but because
it was at the beginning.
It is. I don't know. I think it's just funny seeing everything for the first time.
Yeah.
There's so many details I missed as well because like they it's a lot. Like all going on at the there's a lot of references.
In a lot of references.
They really did. It's so good. Yeah. Every single like scene was great. I think.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about Robotnik himself.
We haven't. Jim Carrey blows it out of the water again.
Yeah, he brings it again in this movie.
You can tell just like how much fun he's having, and I think that translates really well to the role. There's a lot of fun facts here where he talks about like the research he did for the character and how he tried to push them to have the round suit.
Yeah, I saw that he wanted that.
And then they shot him down, but
I saw an interview that he said he wants it in Sonic 3. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if he's just retiring from movies but not Sonic.
Yeah, I really hope so. He's definitely a big like defining feature of these films, and I can't think of anybody else.
Like he's so good in them. And like you said, he's just having a good time, and it shows because then it makes you have a good time.
Mm-hmm. He some of his jokes were like the jokes from the first film where they don't really land with us; they'd land with You have jokes for older audiences and younger audiences, and some of them like still do overlap. It's like the same vibe of any adult watching older kids cartoon. I'd say like Gravity Falls or stuff like that.
You get like an adult reference. And then you get flossing.
Yes. I guess we can drop that bomb here. Flossing does make its return in the second movie.
But Sonic doesn't do it.
He does not. You'll have to watch the movie to find out who does. I don't know.
It's the entire town of Green Hill.
Everybody. It's the final villain. Is Fortnite.
That's how they beat the villain.
Okay. Well. One of the things I want to talk about, one of my complaints about the movie, is what is Sonic known for?
Going fast.
Exactly.
And what does he not do
There's
in this movie?
so many scenes. But I'd say this was a problem in the first one as well, where Sonic has a problem that would be solved by going fast, and yet he doesn't just go fast.
I would disagree less so in the first one.
I agree. I think it was a bigger problem here.
Yeah. In this one, you just they're like, he goes fast.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to do that as much.
It's weird, though. Cause,
it was so weird.
I don't, well, first of all, in the games, Tails and Knuckles aren't known for their speed, but they can match his whenever you're running across the screen. But Sonic still, he should be, I don't know, he's got to go fast.
Yeah,
that
in the first one, they did so much with his speed.
Mm-hmm.
There was, jokes about it. There was that scene at the bar where he went in, slow motion. They did that Quicksilver kind of thing. Even, in the end battle, his speed is a major part.
Right, that was his, power-up in the first movie.
Yeah, just, going fast.
Mm-hmm.
And, going across the world with the rings, and it was so cool. But in this one, he does it, sparingly. He's he forgot that he goes fast.
There's a specific moment, and I won't say when, but a door, rocks are collapsing in front of a door that Sonic needs to run out of, and he jogs at a mild pace to get to it, and the door closes. He could have made that, and the opening scene of the movie, which is one of the main trailer things they show off, is the police chase.
Yeah,
going around the city. A lot of the moments that are oh no, I can't drive. What am I gonna do? Is little old lady showing up in front of the van when he's turning. He can just get out and run and move her, or his solution, which I won't say, uses speed in a weird way that I didn't expect him to, with a lot of quippy one-liners at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I'll also say the beginning also suffers from a lot of there's two very quick back-to-back swear word fake outs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which the beginning was not a great first impression, but it mellows out a lot faster, and it gets
mellows out when Tom comes in.
It does. You got James Marsden in a boat. What else do you want?
James Marsden in more of the movie. That's what else I want.
Yes. Well, you'll have to wait until Sonic 5: The Return of Wachowski. But yeah, I mean,
does he leave in the fourth one?
I'm not, dude. We're on air.
We know secret Sonic spoilers.
No, that wasn't, guys. I'm getting a call from. Yeah, no, I didn't say anything. Okay, I'm back.
I don't think they even heard you.
They probably didn't. That's wonderful. We got the return. Do we want to talk about certain characters returning? There. 1 second.
Oh, I mean,
yeah, I just like that he specifically returns with that bit, because one of the big problems with the first movie was product placement. They were trying to find a new apartment in Seattle with Zillow. The president, or it was the Secretary of Defense or something. I thought it was the president, but
yeah,
I guess he's Secretary of Defense or something. Shows up at the end of the movie and says, "You didn't see any of that. Here's an Olive Garden gift card." What are some of the other examples? I can't. Those are the
Olive
two.
Garden makes a comeback in this one.
Yes, Olive Garden does. So does. Do I want to say it? Is that a spoiler?
Say it.
Secretary of Defense. He comes back.
I thought you were gonna say another product placement. I was like, what?
Oh no.
What makes a comeback?
Yeah, he's in it. A lot of the elements from the first movie have returned with the addition of Knuckles, Tails, and new Robotnik, and it's all really, really good. I really, really like the balancing that they did of the film and the characters and the plot. I think they did a pretty dang good job.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I like it a little bit less than you do.
Really? Oh, okay. I was gonna say less than the first film.
No, I certainly like the first film more.
Really?
Yes. It's Tom. No, I think I feel like they handled Sonic better in that one.
Really?
Well, for one, he goes fast.
I guess he still goes fast in this one, just not when it matters.
Yeah. I don't know. I like his introduction and the arc he goes through.
Meow.
And he does that again in this one.
He does.
And there is kind of an arc in Sonic 2.
Absolutely.
But I feel like they forget about it halfway through.
I disagree.
Yeah. Because, all the point is, family.
Right,
Family. And Vin Diesel would love this movie. And his family kind of disappears.
Yeah.
And
that just made me think of the Fast and Furious bit in the senior year trailer. I was like, "There's 10 Fast and Furious movies." Yeah. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Go on.
So the first one just felt more focused, I guess, and I get it because that one had a more simple plot.
Right.
And I think I liked more of the individual scenes together too, of like Sonic like learning his powers and how to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I call it learning his powers. Well, he knows how to go fast. That's
I know, but like
baby
how
Sonic
to
in the beginning.
Harness it to
for
good.
For good.
Yeah, for good.
Blue Justice, the blue blur.
Yeah, because I thought he learned how to use that in the first one, and then in the second one, he's like, "Hey man, you gotta stop trying to be the hero. You get like your moment will come."
Well, it's not about him learning how to use his ability for Sonic's just he's a kid.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like.
I like that aspect too. I
agree.
They make all like I don't know what to call it, the Sonic characters, I guess, kids. And they're like still learning.
Yeah, I guess Sonic characters would work.
Yeah.
What, you mean Donut Lord's not a Sonic character enough for you?
Game characters. How's that?
Game characters is solid. You don't remember Tom, famous character in every single Sonic game?
He's a secret character in the first one. The very first Sonic, and he's just like, Sonic, come on, you gotta stop.
He's there right at the beginning of a Green Hill. I don't know how you missed it.
He's the Dave of the Sonic universe from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna start talking about Crazy Dave from Plants vs Zombies. Anyways, what else? I'm trying to go through my notes, but a lot of them are just like talking about me gushing about the references. And
do you want to talk about your facts and then do scores, Rotten Tomatoes, and spoilers?
Yeah, let's talk about my facts.
Okay.
Guess how many facts I have from my reputable website that I'm sure you don't know by now.
5.
157 items.
Okay, maybe don't do them all.
I started organizing some, and then I realized the scroll bar on the right was tiny. And I started scrolling down, and it's so many, which just goes to show how many references they have. Because a lot of these are just references from the movie that I can't really talk about, not until we do spoilers.
What are the non-reference facts?
Well, one of them was the Jim Carrey, just his involvement with the creation of Robotnik and the development of him.
Is this, well, I guess the second time, but the first time he is a villain in a movie?
He's the Grinch.
Movie franchise? Well, the Grinch isn't a villain. He's like an anti-hero.
He is to the people of Whoville.
Not the end.
Spoilers, bro. I haven't seen Grinch. No,
How the Grinch Saved Christmas?
That's not what it's called.
That's how it's called in my heart.
Yeah, did your heart grow 3 times?
It did.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we got. Well, her name is Colleen O'Shaughnessy. She is the voice actress for Tails from the games. Pretty much anywhere there's Tails that they could afford her, and she had time, which is most of the Tails. They got her, and she was very, very excited. She's the only one from the games to reprise her role, which is surprising. I still would have liked if Roger Craig Smith did Sonic. I think that would have been not better, because
John Ralphio does a good job.
You mean Ben Schwartz?
Same thing.
This movie is the worst. Did you like that?
Yeah.
I one of my fun facts is they tried to include 2 Jean Ralphio references. 1 second. Here we go. But it was ultimately cut by the director. He stated, "We almost snuck in 2. We did one where something terrible was happening and Sonic was trying to sneak around it. And we put in a don't be suspicious." And then Jeff's like, "You can't have 2 Jean Ralphio references." And he said, "Maybe we'll try to leak one more in there for the next one." So that's just fun. There's a lot of also Idris Elba and he was very attached to this role.
Yeah, I heard. He's gonna have his own show.
Really, Knuckles?
Yeah.
What? Why is everybody getting their own shows? Just stick to the movies.
Knuckles deserves it.
The penguin.
The animation's gonna be weird though, because it's a TV show.
Yeah, it's gonna be like an Ice Age effect, and I don't want that. I want them to have a high. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want to watch a show. I'm tired of watching shows outside of movies. The MCU has broken me.
Tune in for our review of Moon Knight.
Yeah, a week before Doctor Strange. With just so many. It's hard picking through these because I tried desperately. And, like, at a certain point, I realized the ones that I was, like, writing down were just references from the game.
Yeah.
And so now we're probably at a safe enough time to start spoilers here soon if you want to do Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
do more fun facts. So, what are you thinking? Rotten Tomatoes. Tomato meter, audience score.
So I know the first one was around the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's going to be similar to that.
Okay.
I'm going to say 64.
You got 64 for the tomato meter. Okay.
I'm going to say 79 for... No, I think the audience really likes this. I'm going to go... 80, 81.
Okay. 64 tomato meter. 81 audience score? Is that your
Yes.
final answer?
It is.
Would you like to phone a friend?
No.
Would you like a lifeline?
Can I phone Austin?
Yeah.
Hey, what is it?
Yeah. So the tomato meter is 68%.
Oh, I was close. Okay.
I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I think they need to get fun people to start reviewing movies. Except for Morbius, because they were kind of on spot with Morbius. Apparently, the audience.
Except for this, 16% who liked it, and they weren't on.
Yeah,
but...
we're not going to talk about that. The audience score. You said 81.
I did.
It's 97.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really, really
wow.
good. People really, really like this.
I almost went 90, but I thought, no, that's too high.
Yeah, I mean, the first movie almost perfectly mirrors this. It's 63 tomato and then 93 audience.
Okay.
So I just think
I think
that's
the first one was like 66.
Yeah.
So.
But I think that's really interesting, and I agree with the audience. Obviously, I think 68 is criminally low. This movie has its flaws, absolutely. I will also say there was a certain effect. Where was it?
There are some weird effects in this.
Whenever Eggman is in his like little egg ship where it's just like a little half circle.
Yeah.
It gave me like Hulkbuster Bruce Banner vibes where he's just kind of floating in the top weirdly.
Yeah.
I felt like that wasn't polished up to the level
there
that
were
it could
some
be.
effects here and there where I thought it just looked a little off.
There was a lot of lightning effects as well.
Yeah.
That just didn't they look like stock green screen lightning effects that were added and messed around. Let's see. I'm reading through my notes.
I really like the action scenes.
I agree. Absolutely, I agree with that.
They were good.
I have a big gripe with one of the middle scenes, which was reminiscent of a certain scene from the Emoji Movie, if you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
We can start spoilers here soon so that we can.
How would you rate it?
I would rate this movie like a 92, 93.
Is this like your number 2 of the year behind Batman?
Probably. I mean, I've not really. Besides the movies I've seen here, I don't get to the movie theaters that much.
We haven't watched Ice Age Scrat Tales.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, we talked about that, right?
Came out today.
Did it?
Yeah.
Like all episodes?
Yeah.
Or just one?
I think all. I'll look.
Okay. Well, I'm not watching. Watch that if you want to.
Tune in next week for a review of Ice Age.
I think that's the last Scrat anybody's gonna get. So that's your chance.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I think 93 is an adequate score because it has its troubles.
Yeah.
But if I can go into a movie and walk out and just enjoy my time watching the movie, and I'm gonna watch it again, because my girlfriend didn't get a chance to, and so I'm gonna go again and see it with her, and I'm very excited to.
Okay.
Which is not what I say with most movies.
Like I would all episodes are streaming.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm still not watching it. Yeah. What would you give Sonic the Hedgehog 2 sequel to the first?
I think this is the first movie in That's a Rap history that we differ.
Are you gonna give it a low score? Much. Don't break my heart, Anthony.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Why? I guess
because
you hate movies that are longer than an hour and 20 minutes, and I know that. That's okay.
Who's the one that's been complaining
I'm not
every week about long movies?
I'm not me. Well,
No,
I complain about 2 hour and 30-minute movies. I don't want to watch Endgame or Batman every single day. But if I can sit there and watch it, 2 hours is like premium length.
2 hours is premium length, but that doesn't apply to every movie. I think this has very big pacing problems.
I think it's fine. Like it has its like, yes, it has some difficulties. I don't think I've been talking to the mic
out
for, like, ever.
entirely. Hawaii did not need to be in this movie.
I mean, they would still the ultimate conclusion of that plot line would still have to happen, and I guess it wouldn't have to be Hawaii, but it would still like to get Don't look at me like that.
Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Are you talking about the conclusion of the husband and wife?
No, like them capturing Sonic, and then like just the presence of the government and gun being established as well. GUN.
Well, they didn't have to have that in the movie because Sonic like immediately escaped.
Well, with the help of Tom, your literally favorite character in this franchise. So I don't know why you have such a big problem. And you got all the fun Tails gadgets. It wasn't necessary, I guess.
But we saw Tails gadgets earlier in the movie and later.
I need more. It's Tails. He's amazing.
He can use that during the final battle. His little red plane during the Hawaii scene.
All right, you're about to. I'm gonna like quick read through all of my favorite moments and all my like callbacks, and I have more. I have 157 through.
Yeah. Also, I am wrong. The most we differed is Clifford.
Clifford's great.
No.
Which we also got a reference of in this film.
We did. Yeah.
Sonic called Knuckles like Clifford the Big Red something.
Yeah.
I missed that part. It was Clifford. I was excited. The first note is the John Ralphie of the movie is the worst thing. Lots of swear, blah, blah, another floss. They do a throwback for Meow. The Emoji Movie dance scene was not. That I would cut out. I would replace that with anything else. That went on for a little while. I liked anything else that emphasized Sonic and... No way.
Sonic and Tails.
Anthony just showed me a picture. I can't just not acknowledge that.
Clifford the Big Red Dog is getting a sequel.
Is that real?
Yeah, we just missed it. This came last November.
That's wonderful news. That's wonderful.
Even if we're not doing the podcast by that time, we're coming back and
we'll do a reunion episode, a Christmas special.
It comes out like 15 years from now.
That'd be hilarious. We'll just break into the studio.
Clifford.
Oh my. Okay. I didn't really like Tails' introduction.
Yeah.
Where he's just like a creepy stalker, like watching Sonic from a universe away.
Weird.
He's like, look at him go so fast. I need to help him, which I liked. I wish we got more like, because whenever they first talk about Tails, it's like he's living on his own in this like desolate area where he's just watching Sonic and other things.
So I'm still thinking about the Clifford sequel where the girl is 30 years old and she's still like attached to Clifford. What?
I had a thought that made me really sad.
No,
about the possible
I know
plot
what that thought.
for Clifford 30 years from now.
15.
I don't like that. Okay, we're done. Tails, I think, could have used a little refining in his story. I really liked the bond that he had with Sonic and Maid really quickly. Stop. I don't...
anyway,
there was
move on.
There was a statue in the owl statue in where the Master Emerald is being held looked like Vulture from MCU, which adds another franchise stealing Vulture from us. I hate when Sonic runs at normal speed and there's a missile that hits the door and that drops it, and he's just jogging. He's like moving around at the speed of sound. It is in the song. Let's see. Bruce Banner, Olive Garden guy, Tom wife wanted by cops. Yeah, this I hated from the Hawaii plot. So if the cops were trying to arrest his wife, right? Tom's wife, who like him or her sister and her were trying to rescue Sonic and Tom and all them, right? Why didn't they arrest her when she was sitting there right in front of them with everybody?
Yeah, they let her go.
They just went away, and then they were like, I found her.
Yeah.
She was there at the beginning. Arrest her,
They just
bro.
got Tom and Sonic.
Exactly.
And then they're like, you're free to go.
But then they arrest her.
No.
Exactly. I thought that was really weak. So there is a scene where they show possible costumes for Eggman.
Yeah.
And there's Eggman in a maid outfit, and then there's the original Eggman, and then the something else. I wish I saw the original. I got distracted by the maid outfit. So that's something I will be looking for in my second ride.
I didn't see it either. Yeah. I was distracted too.
Did you see the maid, or did you?
I saw the maid.
Yeah, everybody saw the maid. It's Jim Carrey in a maid outfit. I mean, bald with a mustache in a maid outfit, even. Then I have the "Gotta Go Fast" line.
Gotta go fast.
Which,
and he says it like that.
For all of the like one-liners in this movie, I didn't think this one was bad. Like, I thought the execution of it was solid.
Yeah.
Where most of the time it's like, you're forgetting one thing: unstoppable.
That was at the beginning. I thought that was gonna be an end line.
Same. But like he was just like, gotta go fast. He was like, I don't know. It was cool. Work smarter, not harder. And then it shows how the maze has no roof. I don't even know what to say. Jim, at the end, there's like a maze that they need to work their way to get to the Master Emerald. And Knuckles and Jim Carrey, or Robotnik, are working their way through the maze. And he's like, he pulls up like a little GPS. He's like, turn left in 500 feet. And he's like, work smarter, not harder. And then the camera pans up. There's no roof to the maze.
Yeah, they could have just flown.
They could. I don't know. Literally, all of them fly, except for Sonic. So, anyways, that was something. The green electricity at the end looked crap. I really, really liked the water level nods, where every time Sonic is like, "Oh, not water," and like very subtly the music doing that, and he drinks the water bubble.
Yeah,
that's just great.
Yeah. When he drank the water bubble, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and
so, can Sonic not swim in
no,
this?
he just sinks to the bottom and he can jump. Like they even show him jumping and then floating back down.
Yeah,
he can't swim. And
I forget. Did they establish that in this, or did I just miss it? Or
no, they completely established. Like that's what every time he complains about water. Is that?
Oh yeah,
I
just meant like
swim.
prior to that, were they like, oh, you can't swim, like on the boat?
In
that scene,
before he runs across the water and he does the gotta go fast. He's like, oh. Like he.
Okay, so that was the first mention of it.
I believe so.
Okay. I thought I missed something.
He was like, not the ocean, blah blah blah, or something. But that was really, really good. The entire time, from the time that I knew Knuckles was in this movie, I was waiting for the hero pose with the blue, yellow, red, with the Sonic Adventures logo, with all of it. That's like, it's such a simple color scheme, but it works so well, and it's so reminiscent of Sonic. And getting the hero pose when they all team up with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, so it like, and they're doing the whole circle thing. Yeah. I was too busy.
And we got Super Saiyan Sonic.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yes, we do have to wrap this up soon.
Yes,
but
I'm working on that. I didn't even think about Supersonic being a like option until 3/4 through the movie. I like whenever we got to the end and like Robotnik gets the Master Emerald. I'm like, as soon as Knuckle hits it out of him and it bounces away, I'm like, how did I not consider this? And I had goosebumps until the very moment that like Sonic picks up the emerald and like does his like supersonic stuff. Oh my god, I don't even know how I didn't think about that. I didn't even consider that in the first movie for something to look into, but they did it so well, and it was like, and like they mixed it with humor of Knuckles being like, he has the power of the Master Emerald.
I know,
he will never be the same.
I love that, and he was like, we got prepared, like, no, he's the same.
That was just like so good. The Sonic saying like, I'm his weakness. I practically live rent free in his head. I thought that was really funny.
Do you think Robotnik's dead?
No. I think he like, I don't know.
I mean, maybe they're like, oh, Jim Carrey said it's his last movie. We gotta make sure Robotnik doesn't come back.
I agree.
Although
I liked if you're gonna talk about are you talking about the end credit?
No.
Okay, well, never mind. What did you say?
I did. Someone had online. I saw a theory saying that what if like he does have the fat suit, but it's like kind of a parachute thing. So when he fell, he just like opened it up, and that saved him. Yeah.
Okay, I can kind of see it. That'd be a fun way to keep him in, because like there's no way they could keep him out. So I said Supersonic was great. I like that Knuckles loves grapes, just like in the video games. which was like such a weird piece of lore to include, but I
Yeah.
and they don't explain it. But for those who know that like Knuckle like scrapes, I really like that. Sonic reaching the end of his arc with Tom and calling him Dad. I didn't
That's
really
his
like
dad.
that.
And they're supposed to be a family.
I know, and he's like the entire time Tom is calling Sonic his kid.
Yeah.
But hearing Sonic call somebody Dad isn't something I realized I would ever hear. Not bad, but not something I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And then my final note is they know how to do an end credit scene.
They do.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm even excited for the third one.
Shadow.
It's not fair. Shadow the Hedgehog. We got Project Shadow.
Do you think he'll have guns?
I don't care. Yes, he better. He better have everything. I want. Oh my gosh. Do you think they're gonna reintroduce that character from Sonic 06? I don't remember her name. It was like the princess lady from the beginning. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
1 second.
I haven't really played a lot of the Sonic games just because I'm bad at them.
Mm-hmm. There's so much.
I know a lot of the lore.
Oh, there's so much like room for them to grow. We have like, I don't know. It's so fun. Like this is how you do a video game movie. This is how.
Yeah.
I thought it was like just incredibly strong. How dare my phone vibrate during the show? That was my notes. I really enjoyed myself during this movie. I thought it was really good. I think it's deserving of the 97%. I wouldn't give it that high. I would stick with the 92.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is padded over with me just being giddy the entire time.
I think so,
and,
yeah.
like loving it. Because it has its flaws, but I don't care about those flaws. I really liked it. I like Sonic, and
Awesome.
that's what I got. Do you have anything? I have a million fun facts. And some of them are cool. Like
We do have to wrap this up.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to read
final
through
thoughts,
the fun facts, you know where to find them.
Like you said, this is how you do a video game movie. It was really fun. I laughed a lot during this.
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii was a bad subplot. It should have been cut out. But really, aside from that, I had a really good time with this movie. I even had a good time in the Hawaii subplot. It just didn't feel like
you'll watch it again someday, and you'll be like, I love this movie so much.
Man,
I'm gonna go back and give it a 98.
Just edit it back in.
Yeah, we'll both come in at the same day
98.
15 years from now to edit the file.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was Sonic 2.
yeah.
If you're still listening, sorry about the spoilers, but I recommend you seeing it if you haven't.
Next week.
Yes. Thank you.
Fantastic Beasts 3.
I'm
The
so
Secrets
excited.
of Dumbledore.
I love the other movies.
Yeah.
They were great. Every single one.
I'm interested to see what you think with none of the Harry Potter knowledge.
Yeah.
Because people they don't like these Fantastic Beasts
I've
movies.
heard.
The first Fantastic Beasts is my favorite of the Harry Potter franchise.
Yeah, I heard. I told that to my girlfriend, and she thought you were absolutely ridiculous for that.
Did you tell her why?
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's because you finally get out of the Hogwarts, out of the school, and you actually see the wizarding world.
That's fair.
And I really like the characters. The second one, definitely not as good, but I still really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what you think of it.
Yeah. Well,
And,
those movies I will watch for
yeah.
sure before watching Fantastic
Yeah.
Beasts.
I wonder if this will deter you from Harry Potter or make you want to watch Harry Potter.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I tried to watch the first movie a long time, or not like long, probably like 2020, 2021. And I just couldn't. I could not stand it personally.
Oh, really?
So
the first one definitely isn't the best of the franchise.
right.
But yeah, you can follow us at That's Our App NCR
Yes, on Instagram.
on Instagram. Yes, you can listen to us on all streaming podcasting streaming platforms.
Certainly a whole lot of them. That is for sure.
Yeah.
You made sure of that.
I did Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, NorseCodeRadio.com.
Yes. And so next week, Wednesday at 4, catch us for the Fantastic Beasts. Is it Secrets of That's the second one, right?
Secrets of
Dumbledore. What's the Grindelwald one?
The Crimes of Grindelwald.
That sounds right. But yeah, join us for that. It should be a good time. And until then,
That's a wrap.